All right, Libra, welcome in. This is your reading. Happy birthday. It is Libra season. You are going first. This is your reading for October. I hope you're doing great. These readings are for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for the Sun signs, having your solar return, aging up this month. Happy birthday to you. Hope everything is going well. Let's see what's going on for you. You got a lot going on this month. We have a solar eclipse in Libra. That's a new moon in Libra on the 14th of October. So that's a big deal. But before we even get there, we have Pluto squaring Mars. Seriously. We have Pluto in Capricorn. That is going direct on the 10th, but 2 days before it goes direct. It's at 27 degrees Capricorn. It is going to be squaring Mars in your sign. So Pluto and Mars are very incendiary planets. Sometimes they're known as malefic planets. So just so you know, there could be some kind of really surprising upheaval going on. It could be generational. It doesn't have to be just you personally. It may not be you personally. You may be witnessing something going on in the world. But October 8th, I want you to put a big red circle around that date. All right, so let's see what's going on for everybody. For Libra, in the extended, I'll pull a card for each zodiac sign. So if you're dealing with another person, those will all be Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. All right, I'll pull another card for each zodiac sign. It may or may not relate to this video, to this reading, but it's definitely, if you're dealing with somebody else, you might want to know what's going on with them. Okay, taking shelter. The answers are within. Choosing your path, all is possible. Definitely on, yes, wise leader. You are a beacon for others. So some of you are standing at the precipice of something new. I feel like this has been kind of a long time coming. If you have felt like things shifting and changing, and it's almost like not really in your control, just feeling like, okay, I feel something's coming, so I'm kind of preparing for it. I'm looking for advice. I'm looking for information. Maybe you're learning new things. That's a really great thing. And I just want to say that some of you are stepping into a leadership role. We do have the South Node in your sign of Libra. That is sticking around for the next, 15 months or so. So that has to do with you integrating the lessons of 10 years ago, when Libra had the North Node going through the sign, when you guys had the North Node going through the sign. Now, you may not be a North Node in Libra or a South Node in Libra or anything like that, but because the South Node is transiting your sign, it can be kind of activating any planets you have in Libra, including your sun, or any other planets you have in Libra. It can also be really powerful in terms of like past life contracts, relationships, because Libra, you're ruled by Venus. All right, I'm a Libra rising sign, and so Venus rules my entire chart. And that is really loud right now when the South Node is in Libra. Yes, when the South Node's in Libra, especially for any of us who have Libra. 5 of Swords, 2 of Wands, King of Wands, Queen of Swords, the Ace of Wands. I love this. And the 9 of Pentacles. So this is really lovely energy. I feel like you walked away from a very manipulative situation. You might have walked away from a manipulative pattern. Maybe you've had a lot of people in your life, or a pattern of people in your life who are toxic. And boy, have you kind of seen that and moved on. I feel like you have somebody in front of you. The cards that are underneath that I'm looking at now is something that might be going on even though you don't know about it. Okay? You might be dealing unconsciously with this situation, or this is coming and you're not seeing it coming. Okay? So very soon, I feel like you're going to have someone in front of you, a brand new person, very soon. Ace of Wands, 9 of Pentacles. This is really going to be all about self-confidence. The lesson of this relationship, so whether it's a new job, a new boss, a new boyfriend, a new girlfriend, a new best friend, a new teacher, something like that. This is going to be testing your self-confidence and your own, right? And your own, testing your intuition. Like, are you trusting yourself? Are you really doing that? Or are you kind of falling for things? This is really going to be important that you kind of turn away and, I don't know, become savvy. Like, how does one become savvy? Like, you either kind of are or you aren't. And I feel like Libra, your default position is really about wanting things to be peaceful, or wanting some kind of peace for people, wanting everybody to feel good. Like you spend a lot of time paying attention to how other people feel, okay, or how they're doing. It's a very relational sign. So I think part of what is going on here is there's a person that's holding a mirror up to you in terms of self-confidence, and also in terms of, I am going to follow my own intuition, and that kind of ties all in with self-confidence. You know what I mean? It kind of does. So the first thing I'm going to talk about here is um, relationships, and then I'm going to look at money and career, and then I'm going to go deeper into what you may not see coming. Okay. So this is definitely a situation of things are brewing, maybe with another person, and it does have to do with your self-confidence. So Libra, this is your energy of relationship, the Queen of Pentacles, the Death card, the Star card, the Hanged Man, and the Six of Swords. I'm going to just lay this all out and then I'll talk you through it. All right, so this has to do with career, Two of Pentacles, Three of Swords, Ten of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Three of Wands. And then let's see, anything that you may not see coming. Anything you may not see coming. Five of Pentacles, Knight of Swords, Tower, yes. Ace of Swords, the Ten of Wands, and the Eight of Swords. Okay, we're going to get to that in a second. So I like this. This is possible love partner, Aries, Leo, Sag. I also see Scorpio here and Aquarius. So I like the connection between the Nine of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles. So you're really being asked to do a lot of work around your own self-care. Especially as it relates to your spiritual connection. So this is not about you going and seeking out maybe a teacher, although I do think there is one coming in. I think there's a very strong karmic soulmate coming in for Libra. And I think the reason this is happening here is you're definitely changing and healing how you do relationships. I feel like you're surrendering to something new. And there is a chance to move forward with a new person here with the Six of Swords. The Queen of Pentacles is saying, I'm going to take better care of myself. Self-care, self-love is the focus. So if you have been not really doing that good at that, October is going to be a really good time for that. Like I said, there's a lot going on in your sign. And so you're going to want to pay attention to your own self, right? If you're a sun sign Libra, that's your ego, right? That's how you present in the world. A rising sign Libra, this is your brand. Very similar to sun sign, although it is something people see you doing. It may not be the real you. You may be putting forward a mask of everybody be balanced and things like that. I want everybody to be balanced. That can happen with a Libra rising. So much so that you fall into the pattern of making sure that everybody's got there, everybody's happy, everybody's doing what they want. This says to you, hey, especially this Ten of Wands and Eight of Swords over here. I feel like there's some kind of mindset that's being blown up that says, I've got to take care of everybody else. The Ten of Wands is very much a codependent way of doing things. And Eight of Swords is like, this is the mindset I have, that if I take care of other people, they'll take care of me. And I almost feel like that's a big no-no, okay? That you're really being asked to take care of yourself. Focus on yourself right now. There's big change happening, big transformation happening, and there is some kind of healing around relationships. So if you're single, it's likely you're going to be in a relationship soon. If you're married or if you're with somebody, it's likely that there's a separation or a possible break. Okay, we're seeing that. Like I said, in the extended, I'll pull cards for each zodiac sign so you can kind of get a sense of what's going on with each zodiac sign. The Six of Swords is definitely about a moving away from the way I used to do things. Hello, speak a sentence. The way I used to do things. I'm no longer going to be actively outwardly focused, right? The answers are within. The answers are within. And this is a big shift. that you're not paying attention to. It's not that you're like blowing people off or not paying attention to your children's needs. I'm not saying that at all. What I am saying is that used to be your primary method. Now you're going to be focused on what is it that I need? How can I fill my cup up so I can be more effective with my relationships, with my family, with my friends? How can I anchor myself in my own self-esteem so that I can really be a positive influence in my community? How can I do that? And how can I be a good partner? So there may be some kind of changing of the guard from an old way of doing things to a new way of doing things. And there's a person that's coming right now that is on your path to sort of test that a little bit. Like, it's not that, oh, are you really doing it? Like, hello. Like when your parents would call and you said you were staying home and they're calling to see if you're still home and all that kind of nonsense. It's not that. It's much more, am I walking the talk of my own self needs? So I guess you could say, I'm going to correct myself a little bit. I think there may be somebody who dips into that place of making sure that you're doing what's right for you, but not in a direct way. This person is going to test your mettle. Like, so for example, this person may show up and they want, hey, let's go for a 5K run. Because you've been talking about how you're running and you've been talking about what you're doing in terms of your physical fitness, but you haven't really been doing it. So you're like, I don't really feel that good today. You're like, oh my God, all of a sudden I have to become a runner because I've been saying it. That's what's going on. This person is going to make sure or push you to make sure you take good care of yourself, even if it's in a backhanded way. Okay. So I also see that there's some kind of surrender to a moving forward out of a pattern of like ill health or out of a pattern of some kind of, some kind of letting people run all over you, or you being a doormat or something. It's like the ultimate negative side of Libra, which is like the positive side of Libra is that they're balanced. The negative side of Libra is that they're really thrown off balance really easily, especially people who see that about them, that they really want everybody to get along kind of thing. It's a recipe for a doormat. So I feel like you're changing that. I feel like you're moving on from that. As it relates to career and money, I feel like you have a lot of options here. And I feel like there might be an option that drops out or stops. It could be that Pluto square Mars. There can be this sense of like, oh, that's not a thing anymore. Because Pluto is about transformation and the destruction of structures or traditions or ways of doing things that are holding us back. Mars is like, you're dead to me. Okay. So there's almost this incendiary feeling. And what's wanting to come in that's on your path, this beautiful energy of Jupiter here, is real, true happiness. So you might be doing something that brings you money, but it sucks. It's not making you happy. There's nothing about it that's happy or joyful. You can even be kind of making money off of the misery of other people or the way of other people not taking care of themselves. Like you're supporting a gambling addiction by, your website, or you're supporting something that is really unhealthy for people. And so getting back to this Queen of Pentacles, it's like, it's all about being healthier. It's all about that. So also something that's really unhealthy for you. If you've been doing something that's really hurting you, like you've been traveling too much for this job, or you've been dealing with a toxic person. I feel like this is changing big time. The Wheel of Fortune is here, fate and destiny. And then the Three of Wands, it's like, wait for it. So there's a little bit of a gap, but the opportunity is for real happiness. The 10 of Cups, that's a really beautiful thing. Now, this is what you may not see coming. I know that this is a little bit similar to that, but this feels like relationship and this feels like something else. This feels to me like this Five of Pentacles and the Tower. There's a sense of like survival mode. There's a sense of, I've got to get what I need, right? Back to that Queen of Pentacles. So you've got to really be clear about taking care of yourself, okay, in October. It's going to be very important that you not fall into these old patterns. And this can be a general kind of what you don't see coming. Can't fall back into these old patterns of taking care of other people. And it might have seemed a little selfish when I talked about it in the relationship part of this reading, but I don't think so. I think there's a lot of people who are going to try and jump on your bandwagon or really, really need you or something like that. And that's fine. But I also feel like you've got to balance that, Libra. If balance, Libra seeks balance. So you've got to really balance that with what's okay for you. And I feel like that's a new kind of calculus. What is okay for you and what isn't okay for you? You might have thought 10 years ago, if we're integrating the lessons of 10 years ago, you might have thought 10 years ago that, well, it's fine for me to stay out drinking until 2 a.m. I just get up and go to work the next day and I can do that for a couple days in a row and it's no big deal. But now you may have a child or you may have a different health structure going on. You may have some other challenges. You may also be depleted by people who are trying to take advantage of you. And so you've really got to pay attention to what you need right now. Okay? So we're going to go deeper into each of these situations, the relationship, the career. I'm going to dive into this a little bit more. And like I said, I'll pull cards for each zodiac sign and see in terms of in relationship to you what's going on with them. Okay? Link is below. If you want to continue on with me, Libra, I'll see you over there. All right, I hope you enjoyed that video. If it was helpful to you, please consider liking this video and sharing it with anybody who might have a need for similar kind of information. And if you like this video, check out these videos.